I'm running out of ideas. I'm running out of ideas. So this one I'm going to keep it short because here's the thing. This is something that I want to talk about at some point in this Vlogmas adventure, but I don't really feel like talking about it now, but I am running completely out of things to talk about. So one thing that is, to be honest, it's always on my mind, but especially on my mind this time of year, how in the hell do you navigate the holidays when you have an eating disorder? And I'm not going to play this off as a survival guide because I think that's giving me too much credit. I struggle a lot this time of year. I struggle a lot all of the year, but it gets a little worse now. But there is one thing that helps me a lot. Tabitha Farrar has talked a lot about the concept of event restriction and avoiding that. You know, it's not easy, but it makes the world of difference. And what event restriction is, it's this concept of saving your calorie. It's restricting before an event, so it's just like the whole save your calories or like work out more before whatever. And you know what we think is going to happen when we do that? We think, oh, well, I'll do this, I'll have all this room to work with, and then I can just enjoy myself like a normal person. But then does that happen? No. What ends up happening is either you go into this and you're already in the restrictive mindset and you can't get out of it, and you're not freely enjoying yourself because you've gotten back so deep into those entrenched thought patterns that you're still like, oh no, this is too much sugar, too much fat, too many calories, too much food, and you just get stuck there. That's one thing that can happen. The other thing is you're in this feast and famine mode and you've created scarcity. Then all of a sudden the scarcity is gone, and then what happens? Then you binge. And when I say that, I know a lot of people kind of throw around the word binging. Oh, I binged on Netflix. Oh, I binged and ate a whole bag of potato chips. But like, I really try for myself to avoid using that word unless I truly mean a binge, because if you have not been there, it's not like, oh yeah, I had a ton of fun eating a ton of food on vacation or whatever. It's scary. It's compulsive, like compulsive survival eating, and it honestly, more often than not, comes from restriction. And then what happens after you binge? You feel like shit. At best, you only feel like shit. At worst, you turn around and restrict more or purge or over-exercise. And then that sets you up to do that. And I've had both happen many times, but the root of it and the root of getting over it is working on the restriction. And even little steps towards that make a world of difference. Even eating a good filling breakfast the day of, that is the biggest thing for me. Eating a good filling breakfast, eating normally the day before. By normally, if you're like in a restrictive state, I don't mean like that. I mean like what your average human being would consider a normal amount of food. Be honest with yourself. And getting to the point where you can do that, just that other crap, the urge to do it, just it goes away. And you're going into it, and then you're going into it in a good, I don't know, mindset where you're not thinking about all that and not obsessing over it, and it's just so much more enjoyable. The point of all that I'm trying to say, I don't know what the point is. I don't know what the point is, but you know, you get into things, you get out of things what you bring into them. And if you're going into your holiday, your vacation, your anything, and the thoughts you're bringing are your sick thoughts, and the behaviors that lead up to it are your sick behaviors, then that's what you're gonna get out of it. But if you can bring in more positivity, then you're gonna have a better time. I feel like I'm just word vomit and not really making much sense, but that was what was on my mind about that. So y'all have fun and be safe.